sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it took.
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it took.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'ma wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me say thank you to Sonar Fashions for my outfit, and also thank you to the people of the Republic of Ulu for my hat. This morning, you know, I spoke with you about the street lights and the way Accra is dirty and dark and all of that. And then I was surprised that we had a regional minister designate who appeared before the Committee of Parliament. And everybody was being nice and touchy and okay, no questions. And I said, of all the problems in Accra, the problems about land grabbing, the problems about illegal buildings, the problems about dirt and filth, all the problems that existed in Accra, suddenly people did not think that we should have asked questions about it. I was wondering. So for a second, I was asking myself, these are our representatives in Parliament. And our representatives in Parliament had received a nomination from the presidency. And they didn't think that we had to ask them questions with all the issues we had in Accra. There's a lot of confusion in Accra. And I'm saying, look, Abobo asked Okada, even this dog when I was coming to work, Okada rider, they ride as if they have a monopoly over stupidity. Yesterday, I spoke with an official from DVLA, and he said, no, we have not issued DV plates because the Goro boys have already started issuing theirs. So we want to add, security features. Let me be specific. The acting senior servant at DVLA, a chief servant, we had a conversation. Nikwe, congratulations to you. And we spoke. And he said, look, we have not started issuing ours, but the Goro boys have already entered. So we want to add security features to it so that we can issue them. I told you about it. That the DV plates you find on the street, they have no insurance and they have no roadworthy certificates. And the police knows about it. But I've been assured that it will be done. And yesterday I saw somebody using a DV plate, which is 2025. So what the top executive at the DVLA told me about the fact that some persons had gotten in with their fakes is true. I confirm this. And when they have the DV plates, some of them drive as if they have monopoly over stupidity. Oh, yes, I'm telling you. I'm sure you have experienced it. Some people buy vehicles. Let's say they bought a vehicle in 2023. They do not register the vehicle. They will go for DV plates. And 2024, 2025, 26, 27, 28, they will still use the DV plates. And when they are ready to sell it off, then they will go and properly register it and sell it off. But we need to rein all of them in. I'm telling you. I'm pet peeved because I have a lot of good friends on the vetting table in Parliament. And that we had a Greater Accra Regional Minister designate. Gan Ewo Muji, Gan Ewo Dun, Gan Before Don Wali. We know. We should have asked the minister a couple of questions. The heaps of rubbish that we see on the major roads, the street boys and girls that we see on the major roads, the street lights that are not working on the major roads, the traffic lights that do not work on the major road. What nothing, we saw everything, but everybody decided to say, come, let me hug you, go away. Come, let me hug you, go away. Come, let me hug you, go away. I was so disappointed, and I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it, and I know a lot of Ghanaians were so disappointed. It is a vetting committee or a committee of appointment for Christ's sake. When people appear before you, you ask them questions, you test their competence, you test their capacity, and you test whether they are fit for purpose. And it is your job to say, we have taken you to qualify to go and practice. If not, we reject you. It's a simple thing. How does a minister appear and everybody says, oh, we are okay, everything is fine. Oh, you there, we know you, so go ahead. Do we know the person too as Ghanaians? As Ghanaians, do we know the person too? The people are asking questions. Do we also know the person you claim you know? Do we know the person? We don't know. So if we don't know the person, how do you then, as our representatives, give the person a blank check and say, go away. Go. We are okay with you. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm just asking a simple question. How does a nominee appear before you and you say that, oh, as for you, we will not ask you a question? How do you do that? And you are not there on your own volition. People queued in the sun, in the rain, in the heat, in dust, and everywhere, and voted for you. Then you get to Parliament and you do what you decide. And I'll take you back. Today's Thursday. I'll take you back to when the great Apia Kubi led the MPP MPs to say that we don't want Ken Oforiatta and Dr. Edubahin anymore. We don't want them. They said their constituents had told them to come and say that they do not want those two anymore to manage the finances of this country. When they were met at Alisa Hotel by the president of the day at the time, did they go back to their constituents to tell them that we no agree? Did they go back? When we queue to vote for you to go to Parliament, we expect you to represent our interests, not yours. I'm talking to all the 276 parliamentarians this morning. When the people of the Republic of Ghana queue to vote for you to go and represent them, constituency by constituency, they expect you to represent them and not to do things at your will. You think that the people in the Republic of Ghana, the overwhelming victory that the NDC got in Greater Accra region, if they had a minister designate, the people of Accra will not ask them questions about Korle Lagoon, ecological restoration program. They will not ask them about the potholes in Accra. The people of Accra will not ask them about the night robberies and the Kwashe boys. They will not ask them about Okada. They will not ask them about DV plates that are misbehaving on the streets. They will not ask them about people picking containers and putting them where they want. They will not ask them about school children being knocked down by reckless drive. They will not ask them all those questions. Parliament disappointed us, and they must be told in their faces that they disappointed us. Haul me before the committee, I'll tell you. Because the people of the Republic of Ghana, specifically the Greater Accra region, with all the chieftaincy issues, nobody thought that we could have asked a question. What are we talking about? The people of the Republic of Ghana. And yesterday I was watching Oliver Bakavoma because they said, he said somebody had taken back, but he also couldn't provide the evidence. He literally had to apologize. It is only Johnnie Beresford that can give you the hard facts and the evidence and will put the documents there. If you like, put the minister at Mokola. If you like, put the minister at Agbogloshi. If you like, put the minister up at Beshi, wherever. You will see the kind of questions that people will ask the minister. Our minister for Greater Accra region. It's okay, wabibo saneya. What are the intentions of the minister for the people of the Greater Accra region? It's a question that must be asked. And the whole committee, all the intellectual people that I know, the learned people who are, some of them who are my very good friends, they didn't ask a simple question. Everybody was playing lovey-dovey. And you expect that the people of the Greater Accra region should be happy with you. Because when they said you are taking bribe, you got angry, you got furious, you invited a person, the Leonard Danato Dazi, the Leonard Oliver Bakavama, they were there. They spent a lot of time and you were trying to save yourselves. What could have saved you better was for you to have asked the Greater Accra Regional Minister, designate, that what plans do you have for the Greater Accra region? We were here when somebody went to stand at Korle Lagoon, Odo, and they said, we're going to dig it, we'll do regatta, we'll do this. You remember? We spent millions of dollars doing nothing, doing next to nothing. I can play that video for you because today is a Thursday, and it's a throwback Thursday. We spent a lot of time doing nothing. The Korle Lagoon and the Odo, they are the same way. And I say there has been the Korle Lagoon Ecological Restoration Program, CLEP. Since 1999, the late Jerry Rawlings started it. No government. Jerry Rawlings couldn't do it. Kufuor couldn't do it. Mills couldn't do it. Mahama couldn't do it. Akufo-Addo couldn't do it. It's still there the way it is. And the baller and the filth and the stench. And you had a minister before you. And you couldn't ask a question. Korle Lagoon Teaching Hospital. The water from the morgue is directed straight into the Korle Lagoon. Did you know that? You didn't know. I'm telling you. You didn't know. I'm telling you. Let Korle Lagoon come and deny. I'm telling you. And you had a minister designate for the region. You couldn't say. 60s, was it in November when we went on that bus ride, 3FM bus ride, we went to, is it Begbese or some place? We went there. The people had blocked the road because the sea was eating away their home. And you had the regional minister. And nobody thought that we could have asked the minister a question. You should not be proud of yourself. You have not done justice to the people of the Greater Accra region. I'm telling you. People's lands are being taken away from them forcefully. People have paid for services that they did not get. Let's put the video up.
Complete this one. Then the Korle Lagoon itself will take a longer time because that's where we have more composition of material, which needs to take a longer time, maybe about a year or two to finish. We're going to have recreational facilities. That is the sea outfall. So along we have recreational facilities, other infrastructure, we can have some hotels will come at the end. And this makes the whole place then with dredging all the way through Cycle to Korle Lagoon, where we call the Clep Interceptor. From there, we end up at the estuary into the sea. Before the commencement of the work, this is how the situation was. The channels were heavily silted. Along the channel, you can see very heavy siltation. So this is a beginning. Then during the process of the dredging, we had these situations. Gradually, we came up to the end. Then finally, this is the stage that we have reached. And then after that, there was a continuation to carry out the silting, because as we progress, more silt come, and you have to continue dredging. This dredging.
This one, we were told about it. We experienced, we saw it. This morning, if you have time and you live in Greater Accra region, go to Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Go and stand where the former president stood and watch if any of the lies that were told to us has been actualized. And ask yourself why the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, with all the MPs who say they are what they actually are, and I say most of them are my friends, why they didn't find it necessary to ask any question of the minister designate for the Greater Accra region. Simple question. Why did they not ask any question? That's my point. Only my point. I played a video for you. They said they were going to transform this. It will be like the one in Amsterdam, in Italy, in London. Go to the Korle Lagoon this morning, go and check. I'm not making things up. I'm only asking my simple questions. Why did the committee not ask questions? Why? What were they hiding? Why? In whose interest were they sitting? Why? It's a very simple question. And I'm on the case of the appointment committee because the people of the Republic of Ghana, when they tune into 3FM 92.7 or TV3, they want to hear the questions that people ask. They don't want to hear lovey-dovey and I hug you, you hug me, and you have been passed, finished. No, they don't want it. So why were no questions asked? I think that as a people, we deserve those answers. If you live in Accra, we have built interchanges everywhere, and the traffic is not reducing. The minister should have been asked a question. Revenue collection by the various assemblies. The minister should have been asked a question. You mobilize the tax, what do you use it for? What is your pledge to the people of the Greater Accra region? Tell them. And you see, Accra has become so cosmopolitan that you have different sects of people living here. Why was the minister not asked a question? Question about fisheries. Muda, good morning to you. One of the hardest guys who worked very well on the coastal line. Good morning to you, Muda. Fisheries, aquaculture, premix fuel. 6 weeks, we went to Jamestown, right? We went to eat a club for the first time. Let me tell you, let me snitch on them. 6-2s, Helen, Kuzo, Tiani, and the rest. We went to, I showed them small claw skills. And they did well for us. They cooked that claw for us for free. When we went there, the women were talking about the death on the beach. They were talking about premix fuel. They were talking about outboard motor. They were talking about all those. Why was the minister not asked a question? Why? Our parliamentarians failed us, and they must be told in the face, straight. And they should call me. I'll come and tell them straight to the face that the people of Ghana are not happy with you. But there will be re-election in 2028. So call us. We'll come. Then when it reaches there, the victory that sees that some of you got, you will lose it. Because we'll tell the people that we told you what the truth is and you refuse to listen. Pull up the letter from the GaDangme Council for me. The learned lawyer Ikwe. He has written something. Expand it and let's read it together. This is dated the 19th of January, 2025. And it's to the President, Office of the President, Accra, Ghana. Dear Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, congratulations on your election as President of the Republic of Ghana. On behalf of the GaDangme Council and the entire GaDangme community, I extend a heartfelt gratitude or congratulations on your resounding victory in the presidential election. Put the letter up quickly. Your election reflects the trust and confidence Ghanaians have in your leadership, vision, and commitment to building a prosperous Ghana for all. As you prepare to lead our beloved nation, we take the opportunity to humbly remind you of the need to promote inclusivity and fairness in governance. We respectfully request that you make appointments to your government and you ensure regional and ethnic balance by considering qualified members of the GaDangme community. Representation is critical for fostering unity and addressing the unique and developmental challenge of various communities across the country. In particular, we appeal for your kind attention to the following long-standing issues affecting the GaDangme people. This is what Parliament should have asked the minister about. Listen. 1. Compulsory acquisition of GaDangme lands. Many lands belonging to the GaDangme people have been compulsorily acquired over the years. We urge your government to prioritize resolving these matters by ensuring the payment of overdue compensations and exposing avenues to return back lands that are no longer being used for their intended purposes. Another area of concern is the many GaDangme lands, let's go to the next page, that have been vested in the state. Kindly consider divesting them in favor of the original owners. 2, release of our community center together with its forecourt. The community center, a critical facility for our cultural and social engagements, remains inaccessible. We kindly request your assistance in facilitating its release to the GaDangme Council to serve its intended purpose, seeing that our people lack places for social gathering, by amending EI 59, which was used to acquire the Marine Drive in order to extend the community center from that acquisition. We also humbly request that you ensure that whichever ministry is responsible for overseeing Jamestown's and Ashford for touristic purposes make part of its revenue available to the Ga Traditional Council. 3, teaching of Ga language in the Greater Accra region. The dwindling fortunes of the teaching of the Ga language, in particular in schools in the Greater Accra region, is heart-trending. Now, in spite of repeated appeals, no effort was made by previous governments to salvage the situation. We therefore believe that as you focus on serving the people of Ghana in general, you will give this our most pressing need the attention in legitimately deserves, and direct your Minister of Education to ensure that policy comes to fruition. 4. Appointment of GaDangme Municipal, Metropolitan, and District Chief Executives to address the underrepresentation of our people in key administrative roles. We respectfully request that appointment of competent GaDangme individuals as municipal, metropolitan, and district chief executives within the Greater Accra region. 5. Completion of the Salaga Market and Sempe School. Mr. President, as you are no doubt aware of the Salaga Market and the Sempe schools were demolished for redevelopment about 15 years ago. To date, both have remained under construction, causing a lot of distress to displaced market women and students. We appeal to you to excellently Your Excellency, we appeal to Your Excellency to see to the completion of those projects. Now, 6, restoration of the Korle Lagoon. Jala. Your Excellency, during your first term, the restoration of the Korle Lagoon was one of the first projects you embarked upon. Unfortunately, that project forced hiccups and situation has deteriorated, making that lagoon and its surrounding areas the most polluted, full of stench, mosquito breeding, a health risk, and most unsightly scene within the capital. With the relocation of the onion sellers and the electronic spare parts dump site, we believe that the Korle Lagoon can be restored to its as to benefit the inhabitants under your leadership. We wish to also draw your attention to the depressing situation confronting both the Peshi and the Sakumono lagoons at La and Tema, and request that they also come under your radar for restoration. 7, renaming of the Greater Accra region to GaDangme region. The name Greater Accra region does not adequately reflect the identity and heritage of the indigenous GaDangme people. We appeal to you, your support in initiating a process to rename the region as the GaDangme region in line with our cultural and historical legacy. We are confident in your leadership and trust that your government will take steps to address these concerns, ensuring fairness, equity, and progress for the GaDangme people and all Ghanaians. Once again, congratulations on your elections. We wish you wisdom, strength, and divine guidance as you embark on your significant journey of leading our nation. Yours faithfully, Honorable Ni Aikwe Otu, President GaDangme Council, former ambassador to Canada, and a legal practitioner of great essence. This is what he has written. And these are some of the questions that the committee in Parliament could have asked. Mr. President, in wrapping up, there's also one concern that some key GaDangme people have asked. They say when you go to the Ashanti region, you see Prempeh Airport. When you go to the northern region, you see Charlie Airport. When you come to the Greater Accra region, you don't see Neo Kaikwe or Neo Kanja. You don't see any of those things at our airport here, the one that you built, Mr. President. So, my good friends like Niambugi and Mufasa, the Zanzibar King, they have been asking questions about it. I don't know what you think, and I don't have the authority to instruct you or to guide you or to advise you to take a decision. But I'm saying that as has been done in other regions, can it be done for the GaDangme people too? I have finished. Please call me 055-924-2951 2717 and 055691 0154. Good morning.